Baseball fans, it's that time of year. The announcing of the Hall of Fame ballot is always one of the most anticipated and highly controversial points on the whole calendar. Let's talk about it. Of the 27 eligible players on this year's ballot, a couple sparked some controversy. You got Ryan Braun, you got Andy Pettit, you got Manny Ramirez, you got A-Rod. You could even throw Carlos Beltran onto that list for some different reasons. There's a consistent theme here if you look at the contemporary list as well. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Gary Sheffield. So, you get where I'm going here? Bingo. We're talking players linked to the PED era. So what do we do with them? Because the decisions and the discussions are very arbitrary. So let's backtrack for a minute. I'm going to take you to the summer of 1994, or the summer that never was, where MLB went into a strike, causing the season to stop, and there would be no World Series played for the first time since 1904. That's 90 years. As you can see by my surroundings here, the fans were not thrilled by this work stoppage. In 1995, when play resumed, MLB found that revenue and attendance had plummeted. The league needed a shot in the arm, so to speak, to regain their global popularity. See what I did there? This is really when the height of the PED era took place. The 1998 home run race didn't only put fans back in the seats, but it put the sport back on a global map. This sort of ignited an epidemic. Players were using, and they were hitting the ball out of the park whenever they wanted to. Pitchers felt that they had to keep up, so they started doing the same thing. It wasn't until 2004 where MLB implemented a mandatory testing system and suspensions following any positive tests. So back to my question, what do we do from here? Do you create a wing of the Hall of Fame specifically dedicated for players that fall into this category? Do you let all of them in? Do you let none of them in? It really just depends on if and when the first domino falls, because I think once one of them gets in, it's going to be really hard to keep the rest of them out. What do you guys think?